You're still watching Galaxy TV News. Now we bring to you a live update of the Governor of Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun, as he gives an update on COVID-19.
Lockdown for 14 days. Your Excellency, thanks Dapo Abiodun claiming funds. Good evening, everyone. You will all recall that from 27th of February 2020, when Nigeria reported its index case in Ogun State of a 44-year-old Italian who came on an official duty in Nigeria, the state has recorded nine positive cases. I'm elated to note that between Wednesday and Thursday of this week, 3 additional individuals have been given a clean bill of health and discharged from one of our isolation centers. They have since joined their families and resumed normal life, thus bringing the total number of discharged individuals to 6. This means that presently we only have 3 active cases, and they are being treated by our doctors and other healthcare workers in one of our isolation and treatment centers. As a government and people, we are thankful to God and the professionalism of our health workers. As part of our concerted efforts to curb further transmission of this virus, we've also strengthened our tracing process. So far, we have identified 210 persons who had contacts with the positive cases, out of which 110 underwent the required 14 days quarantine period. Only 2 of this number tested positive, the remaining 108 tested negative, and they have since completed their quarantine period. 100 others are, however, still observing the quarantine period and are being observed and monitored by specialist doctors and other healthcare workers. We want to thank God that has been able to help us in managing the pandemic effectively so far, and we have surpassed the global average for tested cases and transmission. The global average is 1 positive case to 3 infections. In our case, it's been 1 positive case to 1 new infection. But even with the relatively lower number of positive and active cases, we shall leave no stone unturned to prevent further infection, spread, and death from this dreaded virus. By the grace of God, we will record a 0 number of cases soonest. On our part, we will continue to ensure the welfare and well-being of all the people of the state and those who have made Abia State their home. This period of COVID-19 will not be an exemption. We are spending judiciously to ensure that coronavirus does not spread into the communities. To this effect, we have just installed the first state fully funded molecular lab in the country. This laboratory is at the Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital in Shagamu, and we are waiting the accreditation of the Nigeria Center of Disease Control, NCDC, for it to commence full operations. They've assured us that they will attend to that accreditation sometime next week. The second molecular laboratory, which is being donated to the state, will arrive early part of next week, probably on Tuesday. In addition to that, our administration has also finalized arrangements for the deployment of drive-through testing facilities across the state, particularly around the vulnerable areas such as our border communities with other states, to stem community transmission into Ogun State. This will significantly boost our efforts to test individuals with suspected symptoms and ensure that we have a 1-day return of test results for anyone suspected of having been infected by this virus. It is noteworthy that the first phase of the distribution of our relief palliatives benefited not less than 60,000 households, approximating 300,000 individuals. This has been successfully completed. We've learned some lessons from that experience, and this will guide the next phase that will benefit an additional 80,000 households, approximating about 400,000 individuals, comprising of the elderly, the poor, and the vulnerable. This is an ongoing process that will ultimately reach the goal of 500,000 households, approximating about 3 million individuals. It is worrisome that at this critical time of a global pandemic, Some individuals and groups will still play politics with lives of our people and public safety by concocting, fabricating, and circulating misleading and mischievous stories and videos with sinister motives to undermine the efforts to flatten the curve of this coronavirus and palliatives, meant to cushion the effect of the lockdown on our people. This is uncharitable and inhuman, to say the least. Going forward, such misinformation capable of inciting the public and causing breach of peace will be met with the full weight of the law. In the same vein, I have news for those who may want to take advantage of the current situation to penetrate and perpetrate any form of crime or criminality. Ogun State has zero tolerance for crimes. And if you test our will, the government and security agencies will be swift in apprehending you and bring you to justice. I call on parents and guardians to ensure the conduct and activities of their children and wards are in consonance with law, public morality, and order. We appreciate the team, our education team, that put the DigiClass together, our online education platform, to ensure the continuity of teaching and learning of our students even during this period. The feedback has been very encouraging. I have therefore directed that the program be extended further. As your governor, I owe you the responsibility to provide additional information and clarifications, especially as it concerns the additional 14-day lockdown as announced by our President Muhammad Buhari, on Monday in his nationwide broadcast. This must have been a painful but needful decision for Mr. President. My dear fellow citizens of Ogun State, we appreciate the serious health need to curb the spread of this virus and prevent those who have not contacted the virus from contacting it. But there is also the important need to strike a delicate balance between public safety and the welfare of our citizenry. In this regard, Ogun State residents will have a window of relaxation from the renewed 14-day lockdown in the state, which will commence from today, midnight, till Monday, 20th. What that means is that there will be relaxation of the lockdown on Monday, the 20th, on Wednesday, the 22nd, and on Friday, 24th of April. This period of relaxation will be between the hours of 7 a.m. and 2 p.m. on each of these days. This means that citizens are expected to remain indoors tomorrow, Saturday, April 18th, Sunday, April 19th, Tuesday, April 21, and Thursday, April 23rd, 2020, as the periods of lockdown. Let me also re-emphasize that while the window of relaxation is being observed, all interstate and international borders by their state will remain closed. As usual, all personnel on essential services will be given access to perform their duties. This window of relaxation of the lockdown will be reviewed from time to time. I enjoin our people to scrupulously spend the window periods to restock on food items and conduct essential businesses during the period of this extended lockdown. We must understand that we cannot afford to be complacent or lower our guards, even as we maintain this delicate balance between people's welfare and the healthcare. We must only go out if there's need to do so. And even then, we must use our face masks. For non-health workers, any face mask or shield made from local material or fabric that effectively covers nose and mouth is just appropriate. Also, people should use tissue when coughing or sneezing and dispose of the used tissues immediately.
There was a live briefing there from Ogun State by the Governor Dapo Abiodun, reinstating measures put in place by the state government to forestall the spread of COVID-19 in the state, and of course ways to ease the tension being caused by the COVID-19 pandemic for residents in the state. That's as much as we can take on the bulletin at this hour. Do join us again at 9 for our flagship bulletin. I am Rita Omodia. Many thanks for staying tuned.